What is going on, everybody? It is endmuser, aka Arrow Knight, and we are here today to take a look at Wild Hearts. Got a little bit of a bulleted kind of list of stuff to go through to kind of learn about the game. Been doing a little bit of research on it. Got my attention the other day. I saw MTash post it on his YouTube, and then we tweeted back and forth about it. I was going to throw up a video a little earlier, but we had a gameplay trailer coming on the 5th, which was yesterday. So decided to wait for that so we could kind of talk about all the things. But yeah, so let's just jump right in. We're going to take a look at this reveal trailer that we got back on, I think it was maybe September 20 something, somewhere in there. We're going to take a look at that, and then we're going to take a look at the gameplay trailer we got yesterday, and then we will take a look just at some different details, the companies, kind of how this game came about to a certain degree, and all kinds of stuff like that. So anyways, yeah, with that said, let's jump into this reveal trailer, see what we think, get some feedback going. Curious if you guys are excited. Of course, we're always curious what you guys think. If you're excited about the game that's coming up. Monsters in this game. It's super unique, super interesting. The art style gives me like a Ghost of
visitors
Tsushima,
to the land of the East.
Monster Hunter gameplay, possibly.
You do realize Ozma is fraught with danger. The Kemono grow ever more desperate. They battle for territory.
That right there.
They clash for prey. But in you,
This is where it's like, what is this?
is the power to stop this. In you, there is the seed of invention. You need only hunt. Trust that in so doing, the seed will soon grow. You will become a force of nature. And tame a world gone wild.
All right, so man, that looks awesome, and it's also like boom, reveal. Hey, it's gonna be out in February. So it's there's a lot of stuff just in this one alone. Like first off, I mean these creatures just crazy. Like some kind of rat. I mean, they all kind of look like they have a little bit of elemental aspects to them, or environment aspects. This one looks just super cool. You can see you kind of get a bit of some of the armor. Like this one, I was seeing a content creator talk about this armor looks different than some of the other stuff we see in this trailer. Let's see here. Of course, this monster we're going to see here in a minute on the gameplay trailer that came out yesterday. But yeah, I mean, just overall, the thing that got me the most that I wasn't like super sure about was when we started to see this mechanic. We're going to talk about a article here in a minute with IGN where they ask him specifically, like they mentioned Fortnite, which kind of throws me off. Like I get it's building, but I mean, you can clearly see, like, I mean, I guess it's like planks you're building up, it looks like, to a certain degree, and I don't know, in different elements of the device or whatever it is, but Fortnite just seems a little off, like as a comparison. I heard another content creator mention Fortnite, but whatever it reminds you of. anyways, to me, I'm like, man, I don't know. Like, I'm cool with just hunting monsters. Like, I wonder what this element of these devices will add to the game. This stuff here. But anyways, yeah, we're gonna look into that a little bit too. Get a little bit more detail on what that is. Before we do all that, though, let's jump over and let's watch this 7-minute gameplay trailer that we got yesterday. I'm curious again. This one is I mean, that one already was kind of some gameplay. You can see I've got up over here some of Omega Force's one of their games over there with Empires, Dynasty Warriors. But anyways, let's take a look at this one. We're curious, of course, your opinion on this game so far, what you think. Let's watch this one. We definitely get more of like a kind of what your experience will be like in the game with this video. So let's watch this one, and then we're going to break down some stuff after this. Turn this one down just a little bit. I'll talk kind of through it here. So very Ghost of Tsushima to me this here. Obviously the gameplay isn't like really similar, but like, okay, that mechanic, I'm like, man, how are they going to incorporate this into the game? You level it up, like, what is it going to be like? What do you do? How are you going to know what to do? Very curious. Environment looks fantastic. Armor looks cool. I really hope there's a big variety of armor depending on the monsters you kill. I mean, I played Monster Hunter. I'm not a huge Monster Hunter player. There's plenty to learn or play in that game for me. But this could be a entry into a type of game like that, more so for me. So you can see build to get up to where you want to go. Alright, so here's that monster. This one's pretty unique. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay. If you can't, I'll try to talk on quieter times of the video. I was surprised too to see, it was cool to see that they actually had to respawn the monster guys. So there's been some discussion about how hard the game's going to be in comparison to some of their other games. You know, is it going to be Demon Souls like Elden Ring, or is it going to be a little bit more casual? We got co-op here. We'll talk about it more here shortly, but I believe the game is pretty hard co-op. We also, you can see, you got a couple different armor styles here between the two characters. Got some sort of scent or path that they're following, it looks like. I actually just noticed that. I didn't notice that on my first watch. I remember, I played Monster Hunter enough to remember kind of those aspects, following the trail and such. It looks like he moved. Turn this down just a little bit. It looks like he moved to a different location, I guess. So they tracked him. I did notice that this art style in this particular scene or this environment it's a lot of color. I mean, normally color is fantastic, but there's definitely a lot of different colors being thrown at you in this particular scene. But hey, better than, I guess, just grays and such. Alright, so here we go again, see? Dropping 2 of them, dropping a massive wall there. That was cool. So he had to blast through that wall. Looks like it knocked him down. Using it as a flying kind of mechanic or device here for an attack. I'm just interested to see how we, as the player, get comfortable with that mechanic or that device. I don't think I've really used anything quite like that in a game before, so I'm interested to see how it feels as you learn and play the game. So here's a 3-player co-op. Third player's arrived, jumping in. Of course, wonder what the joining in will be like. Turn this back up, we'll watch it here at the end. Different look with the device there. Look at that weapon. Obviously, you can see some openings there on the side of the beast. Like they're getting close. Yep. Finishing move.
Gomen.
So very cool. Tame a world gone wild. That seems to be the tagline. I mean, look at the environment. Definitely see getting lost in that world. Give us a little tease here of another monster. All right, so I love to learn. So we're gonna look at some different things about the companies and the game itself, what we know so far. I mean, they announced this game, which is a cool way to do it, and you're talking what, November, December, January, 3-4 months, and we get the game. So kind of put together a little doc here. We've watched the reveal trailer. We watched the gameplay trailer that we just got. I did want to take a look real quick at this because there is an article in here. Excuse me. We'll kind of go through this stuff. I want to talk about these different things, the coverage we've seen so far, what we know about the game. I did put on here, of course, questions, definitions, and important notes. So this game is set in fantasy feudal Japan. I did kind of have to look that up myself, always learning stuff. The feudal era of Japan consisted of 3 main periods, and each named for shoguns who controlled Japan during these periods. The emperor technically controlled the country, but in reality, the shogun had more political power. So that's kind of the setting, it seems, of the game. One of these things we'll read here in a minute, I think, tells us that, where the developers are talking about the game. I had a question, obviously, right off. I think I said while we were watching the trailers, when I was initially watching them, like, what is that tech, the building and the gameplay? What is that? And it's actually called Karakuri, I believe is hopefully how it's pronounced. It's defined as it's a Japanese word, of course, that it uses mechanic devices to assist with tasks with limited or no electric, pneumatic, or hydraulic power sources. So that's very interesting. Another definition I found refers to a lean methodology involving simple mechanical material handling devices that rely on gravity and inertia to move product across a facility. So again, not necessarily to this game, but it gives us kind of an idea of what the meaning of that word is. Another word they mention is Kemono. That's the enemy in the game, and it's a Japanese word meaning beast, wild animal, or monster. So of course that fits. We can go ahead and throw this out here too, but we'll learn this game actually has been in development for 4 years. Release date, of course, we know is 2/17/23. 3-player co-op. We'll learn why they decided that as well. And it looks like PS5, Series X, and PC. So let's jump over here and just kind of read through some of this. This is on their website. Um, Hear me, hunters. Let's kind of look through this together here if we'd like. History has long forgotten why the Kemono are so desperate. The once peaceful beasts are now on rampage, and although you are a visitor to these lands, Azuma needs your help. You must stop them from wreaking havoc and bring balance to this world. Have you caught their latest sightings? Sorry, I thought I misread that. Have you not familiarized yourself with what you will be up against? Having trouble reading apparently. So we watched the reveal trailer. That's the first one we watched. The Kemono have undergone a unique evolution by fusing with their environments. They wield the power of nature to reshape their surroundings to suit their needs. You will encounter creatures of all sizes, from plant-infused squirrels to the massive beasts, who all have their very unique combat patterns. Will you manage to avoid Deathwalker's frozen strikes, the nearly unstoppable charges from King Tusk, which I'm guessing is who we just saw. This one right here is crazy looking. Super cool. Facing a fire-wielding lava back that will be what will be your battle plan. And watch out for the path of Earthbreaker. How will we ever defeat this giant? So I'm assuming this maybe is lava back. To hunt the Kemono, you will need to use every tool at your disposal, and rumor has it that you carry in your heart the power to use the ancient Karakuri technology. So there's that. We talked about that definition. Use it to craft new, highly flexible, and creative hunting grounds, and with your weapons, become the force of nature that will bring back balance. This is all I can share with you for now, Hunter. So this is what we got, I believe, back with the reveal trailer. Before that, we actually also got a... let me look here on news. I think I've got it up here, actually. I think is it this? It's actually, I think, what we just looked at. The announcement. So, yeah, let's look here real quick. Sorry. We got what we were just going through on September 28th. We actually got the announcement of the partnership on September 12th. So there is some little nuggets in here. They say today we're excited to announce a new partnership between EA Originals and Koei Tecmo, and studio Omega Force within Koei Tecmo to develop the next great hunting game. This original game will bring a truly AAA experience based in fantasy feudal Japan. So that's where we learned that. We can't wait to share more details about this exciting new title later this month. It's an honor to be partnering with EA Originals and to have the support of a team with such an incredible track record of releasing groundbreaking new games, said Yosuke Hayashi. Hopefully I'm getting that right. Executive Vice President of Koei Tecmo Games. The EA team fully embraces our creative independence and have become invaluable partners, offering both development and publishing support. Adding the global resources of EA with our own will help us introduce a new kind of hunting game to a global audience of players and expand our reach into global markets. I'm really looking forward to the day that gamers from around the world can play this new game. So I've seen different things being talked about out there. EA, I know you see EA and it's like EA. But it's EA Originals, and it's interesting. We'll look at something else here in a minute on Originals, EA Originals, but it really seems like they're making an initiative to help these studios bring their games back them and bring their games to a wider audience. And I get that vibe on several of these things we'll look at here. Part of Koei Tecmo Games developer Omega Force is responsible for iconic games across a range of genres, from hack and slash games to hunting action games and more. In addition to its popular Warrior series, the studio is known for its work on series like Attack on Titan, Dragon Force, Fire Emblem, Hyrule Warriors, and more. Building on the incredible success of EA Originals, which includes the recent releases of It Takes Two, which I haven't played, but I've heard great things about It Takes Two, and Knockout City, we're thrilled to be partnering with the amazingly talented Omega Force team, said Jeff Gammon, general manager of EA Partners. They've elevated the hunting genre to the next level, merging their proven talent for combat gameplay with unexpected and innovative mechanics. We can't wait to introduce their groundbreaking new adventure to the world later this month. So obviously this was before we even got that reveal trailer, is when they announced this. So we didn't, fully know what we were getting at this point. EA Originals, a place where untold stories. This is kind of their little tagline. unheard voices and unseen worlds are discovered. Will you turn back or press forward? So let's move on here. Kind of just learn some more. It's fun to learn about all these different elements, not only just about the game, but who the players are and who, how long they've been working on the game, stuff like that. So, looking at EA Originals, I think this is the announcement. Yeah, we just read through. So EA Originals, this is EA Originals, a place where untold stories, what we just read, is kind of their little tagline. We're here for those who dare to explore, the studios that forge new ways to play, and the players who treasure them. We seek out brave developers with bold artistic vision. Here, they reach the audiences they dream of while enjoying creative freedom. Their imagination inspires players who inspire extraordinary worlds that inspire our support. And the cycle begins again and again. Enter our world, discover the untold. So we got It Takes Two, Wild Hearts is now here. We got Unravel and Unravel 2. So fairly new here. I feel like I found something pretty old we'll get to here. We've looked at that. So Koei Tecmo, just the overall company that Omega Force is a part of. And then we've got Omega Force here, and they've done games. I've not played a lot of their games. I don't know that I've played many, really. Of course, Dynasty Warriors, Samurai Warriors, Attack on Titan 2. So some different stuff there. I did find, let me look here. I thought I found like an original, let me just take a look on my doc. EA Originals, Wild Hearts News. I think this is what we already looked at. Tecmo, Omega Force. Just wanted to make sure. I thought I found something, and I think this is just this here. Let's look real quick. Redirecting. Yeah, and this is what we read, right? Yeah, it's just EA Originals. So anyways, it seems like EA Originals is this avenue for them to back and support, whether it be financially, many aspects, I'm sure, to help these companies develop these games to maybe, in a larger aspect or a bigger project, and then a larger audience ultimately, to give them that reach, to help them get that reach to push it to a larger audience. So that's the partnership announcement we talked about. So I did find unless there's more at this point, this was a couple of days ago, I was looking up some of this stuff, but I found an article out there, I believe right around or the day of the reveal trailer. IGN's got an article out there by Joe Scribbles. Wild Hearts interview a magical building, open worlds, and why it's out so soon. So a lot of this stuff we've talked about already. We asked why Dynasty Warriors developer is making a new Monster Hunter game again, whether it's an open world, if that building system is meant to resemble Fortnite. See, the Fortnite thing, I just don't understand. Like, I get that it's wooden planks you're building, but clearly it's to each their own, whatever it reminds you of, but it definitely did not really remind me of Fortnite. We do get some cool images here, screenshots of the game. This one right here is my favorite so far. It's going to be an interesting battle. This one's pretty cool too, I gotta say. That monster is pretty cool. Looking at the armor, it's always cool if the armor is unique, who people have battled as they've played the game. Seems like hiding. I was hearing a content creator talk about this hiding, obviously in the environment is going to be part of the game. That's cool. It's from the reveal trailer, I believe. Definitely gave me Ghost of Tsushima vibes. This is crazy. Like if we have a monster in the game that size, because that's us right there, I believe. All right, I think we've been through them. Yep. So let's go on to some of these questions they ask. Omega Force is best known for its Masu Warriors games, but this looks like a big departure from that approach. What was the spark of an idea for Wild Hearts? What was the spark? Kotaro Harada. This project began as an attempt to create a Japanese-style hunting game that a new generation of players around the world could have fun with. It was informed by our experience developing hunting games, specifically the Tukiden series, which I've not played. If you've played it, let us know what you think, how some of these games are that Omega Force has developed. Let's see here. Our goal of creating a Japanese-style hunting game for a new generation remained consistent from start to finish, but making this core idea a reality was not something that happened overnight. One challenge we faced was creating something unique with universal appeal that would be accepted by players around the world. To achieve this, we went through several prototypes and trial and error over a very long period of time. The ideas that formed the core of the project were Kemono, a fusion of nature and animals, and Karakuri, a craft element that was added specifically to suit the hunting elements of this game. We believe that Wild Hearts, born from these core ideas, is a hunting game that offers a new and innovative experience. As you mentioned, this shares your similarity with your previous work on the Tukiden series. Tukiden? I feel like I'm saying that wrong. Why did this feel like it needed to be a new IP rather than just a sequel to that game? Takuto Atagawa. We wanted Wild Hearts to appeal to a more global audience than the Tukiden series. Certainly, as a Japanese-style hunting game, Wild Hearts has some things in common with Tukiden. However, the original aspects of Wild Hearts, such as what you are hunting, the battle system, the world setting, and the visual presentation, are different. I mean, basically, the game is completely different. Excuse me. So they go on to ask, can you explain the building systems we're shown? Can you explain the building systems we're shown in the trailer? Are you solely creating hunting tools, or can you build structures as in the likes of Fortnite? Fortnite again. Players hunt using a type of crafting called Karakuri, I believe is how you say it again, an ancient technology that allows for the creation of extremely flexible, creative hunting grounds to take on powerful beasts. Karakuri can range from types that can be built instantly during battle to some that can be combined to create new Karakuri, and also types that are used to build hunting grounds by utilizing many different materials. Karakuri expand the freedom and possibilities of hunting, combat, and exploration in this game, so it differs from the direction of crafting in Fortnite, which allows for creation of huge structures. Another question, one thing that's less clear from the trailer is the combat system. Will this have the looser, more free-flowing combat of Masu games, or is this closer to the heaviness and necessary precision of Monster Hunter? Wild Hearts features a combat system that combines a variety of highly flexible actions with deep combat against Kemono. Players can not only perform dashing, jumping, grappling, sliding, and other actions required in today's action games, but they can further enhance the performance of their actions by making full use of the Karakuri system. On the other hand, Kemono, which are a fusion of nature and animals, can hunt players down with a variety of attacks that real animals can't perform. And Wild Hearts players will experience a new kind of combat that is different from the Warrior series or hunting titles we've seen before. Is this an open world game, or is this world divided into zones? Wild Hearts uses a zone-based system which we believe has significant advantages in a hunting game in which the player repeatedly hunts. Each separated zone is a large area, and players can reach almost any point in a zone using Karakuri. So it is possible to enjoy it like an open world game, which you actively explore the world. So it sounds like something I played fairly recently is Pokemon Arceus. There's zones in that game. I mean, we've seen it in many games. You kind of load here and there, but once you get in the big zone, you can be in that for a while. So it seems maybe similar to that. They go on to say, why did you opt for 3-player co-op as a maximum? Originally, we considered having 4-player cooperative play. However, during development and realizing that due to the power of the Karakuri, 3-player combat provides the best balance for maintaining a sense of tension and cooperative combat. We also look into consideration the fact that it's easier to gather together 3 players. Reminds me, Destiny, the 3-player fireteam activities. And we've heard that same thing from Bungie too. 3 is a pretty easy number to kind of seems like to get your friends together. Is the Omega Force's first game that felt impossible? Is this Omega Force's first game that felt impossible to make on last-gen consoles? What has taught you about creating games for new gen that you'll take into future projects? We believe that the fantastic and unique worldview inspired by feudal Japan is one of the key aspects of Wild Hearts. In order to make the world more compelling, we felt it was necessary to maximize the performance on the current platforms, so it will not be on last-gen consoles. Specifically, we have improved the atmosphere by incorporating more accurate indirect light and increased density by placing higher resolution fields, kimono, and objects in the game. With Wild Hearts, we embraced the challenge of using new technology. We hope that players will use Karakuri to freely move around the colorful and expansive world that we have created. Koei Tecmo self-publishes most of its studio's work. Why did EA become involved in this project? We wanted to create a hunting game that would be enjoyed by players around the world. EA is not only very strong in international publishing, but they have contributed a great deal to Wild Hearts with their wealth of experience, and they are truly committed to ensuring that our game reaches a global audience. So there's another little piece to kind of let you know what's going on with the EA originals there. We talked about that a bit already a couple times. Wild Hearts, so not necessarily CEA like, it seems like, legit great partnership to help them get to a bigger audience and create a more expansive game. Wild Hearts was only announced this month, yet is out in February. How long has the team been working on Wild Hearts, and why was it kept secret for so long? If we start counting from the conception and planning stages, we have been working on Wild Hearts for 4 years. We have wanted to tell players about this game for a long time, but we thought that the shorter the time was between announcement and release, the less time players would have to wait, and more interested they would be in playing the game. We've seen that before. It's like developers either tell us really, really, really early and we got to wait a couple years, or they tell us like boom, boom. I don't know which I prefer. I think maybe the announce and it's here in a couple months. Is this a conscious attempt to appeal to a more mainstream Western audience? We are very conscious of the fact that we want more people in the West to play our games, and we have received a lot of feedback from EA from a Western perspective on many details, which helps us know where to adjust the game. However, in terms of basic design, we are not overly conscious of focusing just on a Western audience, and as a Japanese developer, we try to create something we think is fun. EA is of the same opinion and really respects our creativity. So there you have it. It's kind of like a class on Wild Hearts. What we know so far, what research we've done, we wanted to share with you guys. It's fun to learn about a game as it's, getting closer to release. Again, learning several different things. We know it's coming out 2/17. Our opinion, it looks awesome. I'm very interested to see how that Karakuri is going to feel in the game when we play it, especially co-op. Is it going to just feel like just flow and we know what we're doing, we can bounce off each other? Is it specific things? Do you level it up? Very interested to see some more details on that. Hopefully we get some more leading up to the launch of the game. But yeah, anyways, with that said, let us know what you think. If you're excited about Wild Hearts, what you like, what you don't like, what you hope we see, all that different kind of stuff. Again, as always, guys, we see you supporting the channel, subscribing. We very much appreciate it. We kind of tested some live streams over the weekend just to see if we could get that up and running. May see more of that coming, but again, very much appreciate all the support. Thank you so much, as always, and the usual. Until next time, take care.